All right, shoot. Um, all right, let's get it. So, what's good, y'all? This is Gold League Vice Commissioner here filling in for our boy Shabay. He's going through some, family emergency. He needs to take some time off, so that's some of you might know. So, I'm here filling in for him, trying to hold it down for him. We still wanted to do the video, so this is my attempt of making these videos. It's probably gonna look janky. It's gonna be raw footage. Maybe not a lot of editing, but trying my best. Trying to hold it down for our brother Shabay, who we love a lot. Hopefully he gets through this family emergency. So, yeah. Um, as y'all can see, we got our um, how should we say it? Undefeated GM, number one in the rankings right now, 3-0. Looking good for this week. We got our boy Shabay, aka what is it, Justin Game
Just
of
Rose.
Oh yeah, so a little nod to Game of Thrones. So, what's good, Jeff? What you got?
Jay, I'm chilling, man. Thank you for having me on. Like you mentioned, shout out to Shebeg, to the Hayer family. My heart goes out to them, and we love you guys a lot. And this video is for y'all, man. We pray and hope that everything is going well, and we hope that you guys are doing good, and we are with you every step of the way. And we got mad love for you, Kamish. We love you, Shebeg. We love you, Kevin. And let's get it going.
Yes, sir. Well said, Jeff. Not good, but let's get to it, man. Yeah, like Jeff said, no, we love the Harry family, man. Hope y'all get through this. But let's keep it going. So shoot. Me personally, I'm just in the gold league, so I don't have access to the bronze and silver league. So for those cases, we're just gonna do gold league this week. We're gonna look at the matchups, last week's matchups. We're gonna look at the standings, and then we're gonna look ahead into this upcoming week four's matchups, and yeah, we'll go from there. So let me let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can get this going. All right, let's see. Cool, should be popping up here. All right. So y'all can see it, right? You can see it, Jeff, the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool. All right, man. Well, let's get it. So, let's go through week three's matchups. We'll just go in order right here. So, ah, like I said earlier, we got a undefeated Jeff, 3-0, and then on the other side, you got me, 0-3. So, different
Uh,
sides of the standings. So, we'll go in order. So, me against Sway, aka Drink in my cup. Still no cup, so drinking no cup, but that wasn't a problem for him, man. He put up 164. That was tough. I was upset. I put up a solid 140, so I'm thinking, man, let's go. My team did well, but still not enough. Um, you know, Swag put up a respectable 164. Shouts out to him. Let me dive in real quick. We'll go through it. Um, we'll take a look at our teams. Shit. Well, I mean, y'all can see it here. Lamar Jackson, 28. AJ Brown came back, 22. The big one, Mostert, 45 points. Well, his running back duo, Kenneth Walker, also 30 points. So those were killer for me. Like I said, my team did well. I had Chase finally, 26. Cooper did well, 24, but it just wasn't enough. Swag, shout out to you, man. Your team did great. Any thoughts on this one, Jeff?
Man, what a stellar performance by Mostert. 45 points. It didn't help that the Dolphins beat the crap out of the Denver Broncos 70-20. Three touchdowns for Mostert, and then you got Kenneth Walker on the other end with two rush touchdowns, 97 yards. Unbelievable performance by that duo, running backs. Damn near 80 points with just two of them. And when two of your players score 80 points, you basically got it in the bag at that point. It's going to be really
Yeah.
hard to replicate that. And then you got Lamar Jackson. I think the best game of the season so far for him thus far. He had 101 rush yards, incredible, two touchdowns on his own. So
Right.
pretty neat, man. Pretty crazy there. And then you got his kicker that just dropped 15 points. Like, it's crazy. On the other side, we have your team. Dak Prescott really shit the bed against a team that he should have dominated. Dropping 15 points wasn't really that helpful. I feel like Dak should have dropped at least 25 on this team, but it happens. Then you got Cooper, 24, very good game from him. You got Moore that had 13. Decent game, but you want a little better from your second option wide receiver.
Yeah.
You have a great running back duo. Unfortunately, they either barely beat their projection or under it. So you
Yeah.
got Pollard with 15 points. You'd expect him to get at least 20, 25 against his team, but he dropped below that. You got Etienne. He's having a great year so far. Solid running back. Your running back duo is great. And unfortunately, you had to face Swag's running back duo that week, which
Ain't that,
was unstoppable. Nobody in the league was going to beat that team that week. And then you got Jamar Chase finally wakes up and has 26 points on your flex, which was great. And that's really what elevated your team to have 141. So your team didn't do ass, but
they did.
Dak Prescott really, got to pull himself together. And it was just an unlucky week for you facing another team that had players that completely demolished their projections. It doesn't often, but it happens to the best of us. So it is what it is. You did also bench Burrow, which was it's
It's like
not hard. It's really hard to do because he
yeah,
is your best quarterback.
yeah,
But you did the right thing, bro. I mean, he got 9 points. He's
yeah,
been playing terrible. I don't know what's going on with him.
yeah.
And also something else that would have probably given you a better shot to win was starting Laporta, which now I'm sure he'll be your number one option moving forward. 22 points on the bench, man, that's tough. And then you had Tank Dell that completely outperformed Moore with 25 points on the bench. Unbelievable.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. And I left some points on the bench, no doubt. But at the same time, it's like, man, I can't do nothing against most like 45 point.
Yeah,
I can't play defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's
yeah,
like, damn.
yeah.
Just
One of your players would have to get 40 to compete against it. So it's really hard.
no, I agree. So, but shout out to Swag, man. He's 2-1 without cups. So watch out, man.
Yeah, that's tough. That's 2-1 without your number one pick.
Yeah,
It's not bad at all. That's actually a really decent start. He could have been 0-3, but his team is battling, and that performance last week really, really set the tone.
no, for sure. Shit, let's go back. All right, man. Shout out to Swag for sure. Yeah, solid. Then let's go. Let's keep it going, man. So this is your matchup, Justin Game of Thrones versus our commish Kyle Shanahan. What a matchup, man! Like, wow.
Um, just going into this matchup, his team was doing a phenomenal job Sunday morning. I think I went into Sunday night football being down by around 60, around almost 70 points, which most of the time nobody's going to beat that feat. Like, it's really hard to, unless one of your players has an outstanding game. And there you have it. Devontae Adams on Sunday Night Football drops 42 fantasy points, has 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, unbelievable performance from him, and gave me an amazing chance to win the week. And then you got Herbert dropping almost 30, Jefferson almost 30. You got Mixon going for 14, which is one of the best performances I've gotten from him this season,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but it is. You have Kyron Williams, which only had 8 points. And, in the past weeks, he's actually had better points. But that's all I needed. And then my tight end really, he didn't do much. And then here's the big deal here for me is having Mike Evans as my flex, and him dropping an average of 16, 17 points a week has
Yeah.
been pretty much unstoppable. And then we look at Shebek's team, Kirk Cousins, 26, 27 points, 300
That's
plus yards. I mean, come on, bro. That's insane. And then you
solid.
got Raw with almost 20 points. You got Mike Will that had an absolute amazing game. But unfortunately, Mike Will tore his ACL during this game. And so this is the best performance we'll see from Mike Will this year.
Yeah.
Hoping for a speedy recovery because he's an amazing wide receiver. And it really sucks for Shebek to lose a player of that caliber because now he has to figure out some things in the wide receiver realm. When it comes to his tight end, he's back, 19 points. I mean, I was going into this matchup knowing that Travis Kelce was going to go off. And what made it worse is Taylor Swift being at the game. That's how I knew he was going to go off. So,
His
uh,
love.
yeah. And so then you got Connor, 19 points. Connor is a sleeper. Shebek did such a good job picking him up.
Solid.
What a sleeper running back to pick up, bro. But that man, he has a great team. I think losing Mike Will is a big hit to his team, but I think he still can figure it out. And he still has Jacoby Myers, which, in my opinion, is the number 2 option in um, the Raiders offense. But yeah, I mean, his team doesn't look bad at all. But I got really blessed that Devontae had an outstanding week,
No
and
doubt.
it was a battle, bro. It really was.
No, yeah, and if we go back to the total, man, it was really close. It was only, like you said, you were down big with like 3 or 4 players left, and
Yeah,
your team pulled through. Devontae Adams, 40 points. When a player scores 40, man, it's hard.
yeah, man.
They, it's hard to come back from that. So, but what a matchup. Yeah, good call on Shabay. Not falling in love with Fields, and he hasn't been performing, so to the bench you go. I should probably start doing that with my players, but he plugged in Cousins, gave him 26. Like you said, Mike Will, 25. Jahmyr Gibbs been underperforming, so maybe next week or this week. Oh, well, no, he started him this week, but he's looking kind of sus so far. It's looking like Montgomery's backfield, but other than that, man, both of y'all's teams are stacked, as we can see by y'all's record. But what a win for you. That puts you to 3-0, first in the league. So yeah, shouts out to you, man, for sure. What a matchup, though.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, was that you gonna add something or?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, it was a great matchup, and I feel like I haven't really had it easy. Regardless
Oh yeah.
of being undefeated, I feel like I faced a lot of good teams, and um, I'm getting really blessed with my players performing the way they should, and even overperforming when I need it. So it's really nice to see.
No, not gonna lie to you, man. Yeah, you went up against Brolo El Cuñado, and then Kyle Shanahan, 2 powerhouses starting off the season. So it's like,
Yep.
yeah, like this is like the NFL, man.
Yep.
Not like each week is hard, no matter who you play, no matter if they're 0-3, like me. Each week is a hard week. It's hard to win in this league. Let's put it that way. Obviously, it's the goal league, so we're gonna hold. We're on that standard. You never know what you're gonna get each weekend. So, what's it called? Yeah, for sure. Shouts out to you, man. Your team performing hella
Okay.
well. So shit, let's keep it moving, man. So this is last week. Another match we had Orange Kush versus Brolo El Cuñado. Shit, we're gonna keep this one short because man, Mike, what the hell? 77 points. What in the world? Compared
Yeah.
to Brolo now 153. He's showing out, man. Paul or Simmer. Hey, shouts out to you, man. Your team is really performing well. So damn, yeah, let's take a look. Let's glimpse through it. Let's see. Oh, that's stacked, man. Tua and Tyreek Hill. What a draft to get those 2 guys. 28 from Tua, Tyreek Hill 30, Olave solid, 18 points, another 45 point. A lot of players went off, man. Why can't one of my players get 40 points? But so
Yeah.
so far we Mostert, we seen Keenan Allen here, and then Devontae Adams, all 40 points last week. So it was a big scoring week for some of these players. So Keenan Allen, 215 yards, 18 catches, man. That's crazy. And it's not even a receiving touchdown. It's a pass touchdown to Mike Will. So, wow, what a game from Keenan Allen. That pushed him up. Jacksonville, -4, and he still puts up 153. That's just, wow, phenomenal, man. On the other hand, let's go Orange Kush, Mike. Let me see. Just his players didn't go off, man. This is Brian. He started the 2B Robins. So we got Bijan, Atlanta, and then this is Brian, I believe, Robinson from
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Sanders. So he went with the B Robinson squared. You know, I was kind of confused there. What the heck's going on? But it's not a typo, fellas. Two B Robinson. So they underperformed 10-7. That's not gonna get you nowhere. Devontae Smith underperformed 6 points. Basically, his whole team underperformed. That's why he only got 77 points. And shit, not much else to say about that one. What are your thoughts on this one? That was hefty.
Yeah, I mean, Brolo, you got to bring your A game to face him, and I should know. I faced him week 2, and it was very close. A great matchup. It was matchup of the week, and you gotta hope your team shows up against his team because having that Tua and Tyreek Hill duo on your team, that's an easy 60 points every week, at least.
Oh
So
God.
you know what I'm saying? So having Olave, what a good second option wide receiver. Um, And we're fortunate that Derrick Henry's not having a year because this guy would be averaging 160, 170 a week.
Yeah.
So he has Mark Andrews too that still hasn't really gotten hot yet. And then Keenan Allen, bro, Jesus Christ, 45 points, has a 45-yard touchdown pass to Mike Will. The unbelievable performance from him. On the other side, you got Mike that really basically had a bye week. His team didn't show up whatsoever. You're in trouble with only 4 of your players are barely cracking 10 points, 13
Ah,
points. Yeah, and then you got Darren Waller too, 5 points, man. It's bad right there. Then you got Bijan that has a mid game. You got Brian Robinson has a mid game as well. The ceiling is high for him
mhm.
because to be fair, Montgomery was hurt last week, and then this week he bounced back with 34 fantasy points. Unbelievable performance from him last night. So I think Mike has a good upside on his running back at least, but he can't afford to have these type of performances from his wide receivers again.
Yeah. No, I agree. So yeah, 77 points. Why can't my opponent score 70 points, man? Like,
Right? Easy
lucky,
done.
easy win. Not for me, man. But shoot, yeah, let's keep it moving. Shout out to both these GMs, man. Let's go. Let's keep pushing. Let's see. So what we got next? Week 3. All right, flash them TDs. Every time I say that against watch them weep. And look at I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed this earlier this week. Watch me weep.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. We definitely watching you weep right now because
Yeah,
my bro,
yeah. Hey,
man.
Arnold, man, what the heck? That's funny though. Dude switching his name to Watch Me Weep, which honestly, 66 points. I would too, to be honest. I think that's the lowest scoring total this year and all
This
week. So, um, it's kind of hard scoring under 70. So let's see what happened here. Shout out to Adriel. He won this matchup. He scored 122. But let's dive in real quick. How do you score? Oh, okay, I see. This dude was making slips, betting slips instead of checking his lineup. That's what happened. I remember now. So this dude started Aaron Jones, even though he didn't play last week. 0 points. But even let's say Aaron Jones gets you 20, that's still only 80 points total. So the rest of this team didn't really show up when you think about it. Let's see. Let's take a look. Puka, 12. Ridley, 7. Watson had another decent game, 20 points. Bunch of single digit scoring totals here. Robert Woods, I don't know why he's starting him. This dude really gave up on Garrett Wilson, but shout out to Chino. His team did pretty well. We got he has the Allen and Diggs stack, so they showed out 22-19. Solid from his running backs. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Pacheco has been doing solid. Sanders, so 17 and 15 from them is pretty good. For your running back duos, and then Kittle 16 points. So Chino's team, bouncing back. Looking good. McPherson gave him 18 though, so that's pretty dope to have from your
kicker,
kicker.
yeah.
But yeah, solid. What are your thoughts on this one, Jeff?
I like Chino's team. He has a good team. He has a very high ceiling. You got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. That's a good duo to have on your team. T. Higgins, he's going to figure it out. He's going to get more targets. You have Miles Sanders, Pacheco. I'm a little iffy about his running back duo right now. I'm not sure how they're going to keep doing the rest of the season. Looking at his bench, he's a little low on his running back, really. So he may make some moves because he does have some good wide receivers. So he has Christian Kirk sitting on his bench. Somebody needs him. He also has Drake London. But what really made a difference here is his running backs doing what they got to do and overperforming, and Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen really having a week. On the other side, we got Watch Me Weep, Arnold. Deshaun Watson did his thing. Calvin Ridley really had a mid game. He didn't perform up to his standards. Nakua, you picked him up hoping that he would drop at least 25. Unfortunately, he had a really hard time getting some deep passes. And then you started Aaron Jones. You forgot to pull him out, which
Yeah,
is it's unfortunate. But then your other running back shit the bed as well. 2.4 is not ideal whatsoever. Um, and there's some work to do there, but you do have some players on the bench that need a shot, like Marquise Brown. He's low key been doing solid. So you give him a chance at your flex one time, he may bring you a dub. And then you got Damian Pierce too. He's solid. You got Zach Ertz that you picked up on waivers, which I completely respect because a lot of people are sleeping on him. So he may be a good tight end to bring in here later in the season. He'll get a lot of targets moving forward. But yeah, watch me weep, bro. You gotta get something together here, man. Being 1-2 already in the season, you're getting behind. So this season is very competitive, and you definitely want to get it going.
Yeah, and of course his only win was against me, of course. So uh, yeah, man. But that's tough. Yeah. But yeah, no. Shouts out to Chino, and then mainly also too, I want to throw out. Chino had Nick Chubb, so to get a dub after Nick Chubb's injury, that's big time. That's his second round pick. No, that was probably his first round. No, second round pick. Yeah, because he took Diggs first. But
yeah, I think that's a second round pick, and I completely forgot about Chubb, man.
Bro.
So Chubb, big deal.
Yeah, so shouts out to Chino, pushing through injuries. So, yeah, you did mention his running backs are kind of iffy, and I agree. Like they're very, at least Pacheco, sometimes boomer bust. He does get his carries, but he does share the backfield a lot, and obviously Mahomes takes a lot of the shine. So, obviously Nick Chubb is injured, so Chino might be looking into make some trades maybe, or try to find another running back just in case. But yeah, no, shouts out to him for sure, getting a dub through adversity. So, yeah, shit. Well, let's keep it going. Let me go back to week 3. This is the last one for week 3. So we got this dude loves Alvin Kamara, man. Alvin Kamara, what against So Good It Hurts. I remember last year this dude had Alvin Kamara too, and what was it? Lights, camera, action with Kamara.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was something like that. So
some shit like that.
Oh, he got something with Kamara, but shit, I digress. Let's keep it. Well, yeah, he put up 120 though, solid, but Dilraj, So Good It Hurts, 152. So no high scoring game from Dilraj. So let's take a quick look at it. Let me go through it. Jalen Hurts, shoot. This is what you like to see, man. Most of your team in double digits. That's how you know your team's performing. But not only that, this is what pops up right here. 34 from your defense. Like, shit, 9 sacks, 4 interceptions. Who are they playing? Washington? Sheesh. Yeah. 34 points is big. Wow. So that definitely helped them out. And then, but I wouldn't, I don't want to discredit the rest of this team because they put up solid points. Swift 14, Jacobs 11. He could do better, but Debo and Metcalf, his 2 wide receivers, pretty solid outing. On the other hand, 120 is not nothing. That's solid. Most weeks that'll give you a dub. Not this week for just Neil, but yeah, 120 is not a bad week. Mahomes 25, Lockett, McLaurin, pedestrian. Not that big of gains. McCaffrey, solid. I probably should have drafted him, but he's been doing solid. 20 plus points each week, I believe. So yeah, not a bad outing, but just still Raj too much. 152. Any thoughts on this one? Any quick thoughts?
So Dilraj, great performance from his team overall. Defense really elevates him. Metcalf had a solid game, 112 receiving yards, not bad at all. And then Debo had an amazing Thursday night football game with 130 yards and a receiving touchdown. And then on the other side, we have just Neil. He has a good team. What really hurt him that week was having Waddle out, and Kamara, of course, he's waiting on Kamara to come back.
Waddle out, yeah.
No, so he really got hurt in the wide receiver area there. But man, when it comes to his running back, his quarterback, even his flex and Zay Flowers, that's a good flex to have.
Yeah.
I also his tight end Hawkinson, he's a great tight end to have as well. So I expect Justin to bounce back, and having Kamara in the lineup with McCaffrey and having Waddle back, and imagine Kamara is having a great year. It's going to be tough to beat Justin moving forward.
No, I agree. And then I believe Williams, or Jamal Williams, the other running back for the Saints, I think he's out, so that means more touches for Kamara. And he's still a player, so we'll see how that goes. He should be playing this week, so that's going to be for just Neil. I'm sure he's looking forward to that, his team being healthy. So so that does it for last week's matchup. That was week 3. Let's take a quick look at the standings. What's it called? Let's just quick glance at the standings, and then we'll go into the week 4 predictions and matchups. So if we look here, we got the standings. So obviously, as I mentioned, both sides. So we got the 3-0. He's riding high, and then I'm over here 0-3, last place. So trying to get my first dub. Let's see. What I do want to note though, well, it's not gonna let me filter, but I do got the most points scored against me. Just gonna throw that out there. So ain't nothing you can do. All right, but nonetheless, I'm still last place. Jeff's still here, first place. Brolo El Cuñado, 2-1, so that's solid. His only loss coming to you, so that's a big time dub for you to still be undefeated. Kyle Shanahan, same thing, 2-1, and then his only loss coming to you. So Swag surprisingly at 4. That's not bad for Cup being out, and then rest of the standings here as we get to the bottom. Any thoughts on the standings, real quick?
It's anybody's league. Even though I'm first place, my guard is not down. This is a competitive league, and I respect every opponent. And injuries do suck, and I know that a lot of GMs have suffered injuries, which also comes in play a lot. As for yourself, I know it's really unlucky to have the most points scored against you. I know it's like because that's how my last season went, and I had a lot of points scored, and I still lost a lot of games. So it'd be like that, man. It's football. You either lucky or you're not. It plays a lot of part in it. But the standings are looking good right now. I feel like Chino had a very important win last week. If not, he would have been 0-3. I feel like this week for you is extremely important to get back up on the winning column. And then, everybody's looking solid, man. We have some good matchups this week.
For sure. Let's take a look at those matchups now that you bring it up. But yeah, big time dubs for Del Raj, So Good It Hurts, and Flash and TD's Adriel. Their team showed out and they got their first win last week. So shouts out to them. If not, they would have been 0-3 like me. Honestly, I was hoping I didn't want to be the only 0-3, but I was like, fuck, I hope Chino there's something. I don't know, but hey, they got dubs. I'm the only Owen, so y'all can call me Owen. That's cool. Let's keep it going. Let's go to week 4 matchup. So this is after TNF, Thursday Night Football. So we got some players already played. So let's start from the bottom this time. We'll save your matchup for last, but let's start with this one. We'll go with Drinking My Cup 2-1 against Adriel, Battle of Texas GMs here. Let's take a look real quick. None of their players played on Thursday night, so fresh slate projections. You can see 110, 114, pretty close. Very low projections, but you got to remember Swag's missing his number 1 pick, Cooper Kupp, and then Chino's missing second round pick, Nick Chubb. So 2-star players not playing in this week. That's why we get low projections. Doesn't mean they won't put up points though. As we saw last week, projections don't matter really. So let me take a quick glance at their matchups. So this dude started Mostert again. Don't blame him after a 45-point outing. They played the Bills, which is a good defense. Kenneth Walker against the Giants. He's got A.J. Brown, Michael Thomas slotted in at receiver, Lamar Jackson against Cleveland, a divisional matchup there. He's going with Cincy defense against Tennessee. On the other side, we got Allen Dick stack, T. Higgins against Tennessee. He's keeping the same running backs, Miles Sanders, Pacheco. It's tough. I don't know about Pacheco against the Jets. They might be, well, I don't know. You never know. They might try to run the ball on them. We got Kittle, London, McPherson, and then Cleveland defense against Baltimore. What are your initial thoughts on this matchup, Jeff?
This matchup could either be toilet bowl or it could end up being the matchup of the week. I don't think there's any in between. You have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs going against Miami. That's going to be a huge game. Will Josh Allen find Stephon Diggs? Will they double Stephon Diggs? I don't know what their defensive scheme is going to be. It's going to be a dogfight, and if it becomes a shootout, it may be in favor of Chino this week. Then you got T. Higgins, you got Cincy going against Tennessee. I think this may be their biggest game of the season thus far. So you never know. T. Higgins might go off. I like Kittle on Chino's team. I think he's facing an opponent that's really, that they're going to give him a lot of shots down the field. I'm not sure if Drake London's going to have a great game. It's going to be a very early game. So Chino's hoping
playing London.
Yeah, so Chino's hoping to wake up and have a good flex score there. And then looking at Swag's team, he has Lamar Jackson against Cleveland. You're hoping that I think Lamar is going to have a lot of rushing yards in this game. He's going to get rushed a lot. But he has A.J. Brown as well. A.J. Brown, I think, is going to have a great game against Washington. Michael Thomas against Tampa Bay. I think that's a hit or miss. And then he has Mostert against Buffalo. I don't think Mostert replicates last week. I don't think he gets close. If anything, he'll score 15 at most. That's my hot take on that. And then you got Walker against the Giants. He might be the one that has a game on Monday Night Football. And he has Nico Collins, which I'm not sure yet. Being at his flex, he may have a huge game against Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh has an outstanding defense when it comes to the defensive line. So I'm not sure if our QB is going to have time to throw to Nico. But if anybody's going to have those receptions, it's going to be him or Tank Dell, either one. So I don't know. It's really tough for me to pick a winner here. But honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Chino comes out with the win, and he is 2-2 after this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tough one, man. But yeah, I'm with you. Let me write this down since I'm what's it called? Keep track of our picks. But yeah, I'm with you.
I think just to make sure, I think last week I got every prediction right.
I think you were 4-1.
Oh, really? Who did I
video? I kept track of it. What's it called? Yeah, I'll check out after the video. But yeah, you were pretty close. I think you were 4-1, which isn't bad. Oh yeah, I think you had picked me to win, and I failed you, bro. I failed you. Yeah, that's what it was. If it weren't for that, you would have gone 5-0. But yeah, I'm rocking with Chino as well, Adriel, AT, whatever you want to call him, flashing titties. What's it called? Mainly because Allen and Diggs, so they play Miami. Not saying Miami defense is not trap, but like they're good, but like it's gonna be a high scoring game. They're gonna be throwing a lot. I feel like so. Just Allen touchdown to Diggs, having that stat gets you basically like a double dip on points. So for that reason, I'm gonna pick Adriel. Yeah.
All right.
Should be a good matchup though, but yeah, should be solid. All right, let's keep moving to the next matchup. So nice. We got Alvin Kamara, aka Jess Neo, against Brolo El Cuñado. Projections say this should be a close one, high scoring one too. 127, pretty high projections. Quick glance. Just know I have one player to play. His kicker, Riley Patterson, and projected 8, scored 10, so not bad. 10 points from kicker, pretty good. Like we said earlier, he got Kamara back. He should be in, I think. Not sure yet, but I think Jamal Williams is not playing, so Kamara should be good there. McCaffrey against Arizona. He should do good, but you never know. That's what I thought about Paulo last week against Arizona, but he put up just 15, but you never know there. Waddle should be back against Buffalo, so his team's looking good. On the other hand, you got the Tyreek Hill Tua stack, Olave. He's starting Henry again against Cincy. We got Cook, Buffalo running back. Yeah, it should be solid. He picked up Pittsburgh defense against Houston, so you never know. And then he got Houston against Pittsburgh, so that's going to be interesting to watch for them. That's very interesting. Which defense will outperform which?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, looks solid, man. Shoot, it's a tough pick. What do you think on this one?
I think it's gonna be. I think this is my matchup of the week thus far.
Calling it now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it now. This may be the matchup of the week, primarily because Just Neal has his team back to 100%. He has Waddle back. He has Kamara, first game back of the season. Kamara's gonna be fired up. And on the other side, you got Tua and Jamal and Tyreek Hill going against Buffalo. If it's a shootout, those guys are gonna eat. But then again, is Waddle gonna take some of that love from Tyreek in the game?
Yeah, that's true.
Keep an eye on. Also, you got Derrick Henry against Cincinnati. That hasn't been great lately. He may have a game. And looking at their flex, you got Keenan Allen now. That's going to be for sure getting all the work for the most part. And then you got yeah. So I think what really gives Brolo the upside here is his flex position. When it comes to the defenses, I think they both offset each other. I think that's, I don't think both of those defenses are going to do relatively that great. I think Houston may have a little edge. necessarily. I think they're both gonna. It's gonna be a high scoring game in my opinion, and I don't think a lot of people are expecting that. But then just has McCaffrey against Arizona. I think McCaffrey is a different dog. In my opinion, right now he's the best running back in the league, and I trust him with the ball. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to tell you who's gonna win. I
Gotta tell me.
I think this week, man, if Kamara performs the way he needs to on his first game back and wants the love, I think Just Neil's gonna win this week.
You got Just Neil? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Damn, another. I didn't even realize how many close matches we got because the other one seemed pretty, solid too. And this one as well, man, looks solid. I'm anxious to see what Kamara looks like. Honestly, I was skeptical. That's why I didn't really draft him, but in none of my leagues. So shoot, we'll see how that goes. He does have a tough, challenge against TB. It's a divisional game, so usually those tend to be more lower scoring. So, what's it called? For that reason, I think I'm gonna rock with Brolo just because his team has been showing out week in and week out, no matter what, no matter who's in his lineup. So he's obviously a good GM, no doubt. And then I expect a bounce back week from Derrick Henry against Cincy. Cincy's defense has been kind of iffy, so I expect a 15, maybe 20-point game from Henry. And then yeah, I'm a rock with Brolo, El Cuñado, Paul Simmer on this one.
Yeah.
Taking Jazz, all right. Okay, so that should be solid. But yeah, no, it's a solid matchup, man. Should be a good one. Can't wait to see. This is a fun game, even though the Jets obviously don't got Aaron Rodgers, but Chiefs versus Jets, Sunday Night Football, that's gonna be solid. So yeah, it should be a good matchup. For sure. Let's keep it moving. We'll do yours last. Let's go with Kyle Shanahan against Mike Orange Kush. So these guys did have, I think, 2 players play. Let me see. All right, so yeah, Shabay had St. Brown and Jameer Gibbs play already, and then Montgomery, big time, 34 points, 3 touchdowns, man. Those are the games that it's hard to come back from, man. 34 points running back, not even your running back too, essentially. Like she was projected 8s. So that's big. And if you notice, it was RB1 versus RB2 who was going to outshine, and this week was Montgomery. So St. Brown did good. He had a early touchdown. After that, though, since they were winning by a lot, they were mainly just running the ball, which boded well for Mike and Montgomery. So let's see. Shabay going with Dallas against New England, solid. But yeah, interesting. Anything stick out to you about this matchup?
I'm kind of so Mike had a great start to the week. 34 points is an absolute amazing start. But I will say this, he may need it. He has Darren Waller starting against Seattle. I don't know how that's going to go. And he also has Jones as his main quarterback. It's either a hit or miss with him, right? So he's expecting, CeeDee Lamb to go off, Devontae Smith to get that love against Washington, which honestly, I think he will. If I'm not mistaken, in the past, Devontae Smith has been very successful against that team specifically. So he may have a big game. Bijan Robinson, he needs to have a good game for Mike to completely seal this win. And then you have Shabak's team on the other end with Amon-Ra having a good start to the game, and beats his projection by almost 2 points. So it's good when your player either hits projection or beats it by some points. When it comes to Jameer Gibbs, he underperformed. He should have dropped at least 15 for him to have a good chance. And then also, when a team has 34 points, when one player has 34 points and 2 of yours don't even come close, that's a problem. So,
It is, yeah.
Give me a second.
You go ahead, bro. But yeah, no, I'll finish this off. Yeah, no. Yeah, one player 34 and then last 2 players 25. So yeah, that's tough to come back from. I've experienced it. It sucks, but it's doable, you know what I'm saying? So and then I didn't notice that. Yeah, Daniel Jones, this dude's going, like you said, boom or bust. He could score 10 or he could score 30. So it's gonna be big, whatever, how many ever points this guy puts up. If it's one of those down weeks for him, could be a closer game than we'd expect. But We got to pick them. Who you gonna take? You thinking?
Um, it's really hard for me to make this pick here, because you just don't know what kind of game Cousins is going to have against Carolina. Jacoby Myers may have a great game against the Chargers.
Yeah.
Uh, it's really hard for me to pick here, but I think the start that Mike has had to the week is going to really help him out on Sunday. I'm going to have to go with Mike this week, man. Montgomery dropping 34 is not something even he expected, so I think that's a really good start to his week.
Oh yeah. This dude probably got out of work and seen that, and he was hyped
Yeah,
as fuck.
hype. Yeah, 3 touchdowns. You got to be kidding me.
Uh, got 34 points. I don't think none of my players have scored 30 or more. So
Yeah.
shoot, that's good, especially when from someone you don't expect. Um, so you rocking with Mike? Honestly, let me see. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a tough one, man.
Uh,
Let me see. Yeah, you got to rock with Mike, to be honest. Just those 34 points, and then two of your base players 25. So basically, and I would say two of his star players too, the same Brown and Gibbs. Well, you got Kels still, but what's it called? Two of it, his starters really didn't show out. Mainly Jameer Gibbs is RB1.
yeah.
Not to say, well, Connor playing SF. So yeah, I'm at the rock with Mike. Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
rock with.
It's
Uh,
really hard, man. It's really hard because Jameer Gibbs should have showed up a little more.
yeah,
Uh, but he still has Travis Kelsey, and Travis Kelsey can have a big game. So I'm pretty sure that's what
it's
he's hoping
gonna be
for.
there. I'm hearing this what the streets saying. So you never know. 30, 40 point game. You thinking in New York?
Yeah, it's possible. It really is.
And then Mahomes, he's gonna be feeding him too. After last game, he said you felt some pressure to get him the ball since Taylor Swift was there. So you never know. He might be giving him hella targets. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be on Kels for sure. If Shabay does pull off this win, 30, 40 points will go big. So, um, but yeah, nonetheless, I'm still gonna rock with Mike. Um, yeah, he should be solid matchup though. Let's go to the next matchup. It's gonna be me against Dilraj. Um, when I was setting up for this video, I didn't notice, but like I got not gonna lie to you, I got a little hype. And the reason I got a little hype was because Eckler doubtful for this week. So this whole time I saw he got limited practice. I was like, oh, he's gonna play. Of course he's gonna play against me. He's been
Yeah.
out and he plays me. Of course he's gonna drop 30 points on me. But reports are saying he's looking doubtful against LV. So Eckler, his first round pick, is not going to play most likely, which bodes well for me. But I'm not discounting, like, I'm not looking past Dilraj because this team is still solid. I was looking at it earlier. Eckler's out. So who do you plug in? He has Jacobs and Swift. So two running backs that are able to, produce. Swift's been doing good. It is a tough defense in Washington, but, nonetheless, Swift solid. And then his two receivers, man, Metcalf and Pittman Jr. They're not, but they're solid players. So for sure, it should still be a tough week. I did have one player, Laporta. He started off well, but just the game flow, they were running the ball a lot more, so he didn't get to show out a bit more. But nonetheless, a point under his projection, not too bad. I would have liked, a solid 15, but nothing you could do there. Um, Buffalo against Miami. I don't know how I feel about that. Hopefully he keeps him in there because Miami, as we all know, is probably one of the top offenses right now. Uh, Coming off of 70, I think last week is when they got 70, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, it was. So coming off a 70-point game, one of the top offenses, and he's starting Buffalo. You never know; it could be a good risk, but I like my chances with that. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna pick myself. I gotta pick myself. I gotta manifest this win. I'm 0-3, so hopefully this is my first win against Dilraj, and then Dilraj is 1-2. So if I do beat him, we'll both be 1-3, and that's where I want to be. Put some wins together. You got any thoughts on this one?
Uh, you have, like I stated before, you have Joe Burrow, and I think since he's going to have a good game against Tennessee, I just think that's what's going to happen. Last week, I know you were pretty happy seeing that Chase has found that connection with Burrow again. So that's going to be a lead to once again. You got Amari Cooper with against Baltimore. I think he'll have a decent game. Pollard has a bounce back game against New England. You never know, though. Belichick likes to take the run game away, so he may force Dak to throw the ball since Dak is fucking ass. But I don't know. That may happen. So you may have to rely on ETN to have a great game against ATL, which is very much so possible. Your defense may come up big for you this week as well, facing the Jets. Their offense is absolute terrible this year. Losing Aaron Rodgers was such a huge hit for them. So your team all around looks really good. I like the matchups that you have. On the other side, we have Jalen Hurts against Washington. I'm not gonna lie, he's probably gonna drop 30 or 35 on them. He's gonna have a game. It's hard for me to say he isn't. You got Pittman that's gonna go against the Rams. He's gonna have a solid game. I think he reaches projections. He may go over a little bit. DK Metcalf, he's either gonna be a huge hit or a miss. Against the Giants, I think it'll be. Hold on, bro.
You good?
I think it'll be a good matchup for him. But otherwise, I think you're gonna seal the.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, like I said, man, Bill Raj, you never know. His team is still good. You got Goddard too, who hasn't been performing as good, so he might have that bounce back game. And knowing my luck, dude's gonna drop like 25 or something. So, no, for sure, it should be a good matchup. You just never know. Like I said, projections say I'm favored, but I don't believe in that stuff no more after last week. So, yeah, hopefully I get my first dub. But nonetheless, it should be a good matchup here. So yeah, man, let's keep it moving.
Sorry about that, y'all. I keep getting interrupted. I don't know what's going on tonight. Jesus Christ.
No, you're good. You're good. But what's it called? Yeah. So, oh well, we didn't get to. Well, I picked myself. My bad. Did you say your pick?
Just a quick pick. Yeah, I think you get your first win this week. Burrow and Chase finally show who they are, and they really came this week. So I think you get a good. I think you win this week. Bill Raj has a great team, but he's gonna have to hold that L this week.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I'm hoping for a Burrow to Chase touchdown. That's all I need, man. That would be dope. Like I said, you double dip on those points. So hopefully, Burrow to Chase touchdown, and that should push me through. All right. Well, this is the last matchup, and it's yours, Justin's Game of Throws against Watch Me Weep. This is a funny matchup, to be honest, man, because
I'm gonna be real. I'm already weep.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
But go ahead, give your thoughts, bro. What do you think about this matchup? Like,
this is gonna be quick because man, Aaron Jones 2 points. That's tough. That's your RB. Well, you got a solid two-headed monster, but 2 points from just your running one of your players in general that you started is very tough to come back from, man. Unless your other players go off. That's the main thing. That's pointing me to pick you to win. But Kyle Pitts, I had him last year, I believe, and biggest bust ever, and it's looking like another bust this year, man. And it's not just because him as a player; it's just the offense they play in. They're a run-first offense mainly, quick passes. It's very. I mean, it's working for them. I'm not gonna lie, they're a good team, but it doesn't bode well for Kyle Pitts. So, Arnold might be looking to trade for another tight end, or maybe he's just waiting for him to have a breakout game. I don't think it'll be this game, to be honest. At least not yet. He has Garrett Wilson starting at his flex against a good defense in KC. Yeah, ever since Aaron Rodgers, obviously his value went down, so I don't know how I feel about that. I'm definitely gonna pick you, man. You got a solid team. That's why you're 3-0. If we look, Herbert, Jefferson, Adams, just those three players are phenomenal, especially the way you basically got two wide receiver ones here. Not sure how Adams fell a lot, maybe because it was Garoppolo, but
yeah,
we've known him, like it doesn't matter who his quarterback is, he's gonna get his. Projected 19, man. Jefferson 21. So basically, you got two wide receiver ones, and then your running back, solid pickup, Kyren Williams. He's a running back one now for a decent offense for the Rams. So he gets a lot of touches. Mixon, same thing, gets a lot of touches. Your tight end is your only weak spot, I would say.
Yeah.
You might be probably looking for trades, move up on tight end. Hey, I got Laporta or Ingram if you're interested. But Mike Evans, 12-point projection. I'm not sure how that makes sense, but he should have another solid. And even if he doesn't, that's your flex. So that's a big time. Another wide receiver one for that offense. So yeah, I'm picking you. This one's probably the easiest pick to make, mainly because Jones already had 2 points. So what you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real quick with it. Jones, terrible game. You might as well just have benched him, and give Pierce a shot. Honestly, I mean that's the least you could do. He's gonna get you more than 2 points for sure.
Yeah.
He has good wide receivers. Nakua has having a good year, and against the Colts, he may have a big game. So I will say that. And then you got Calvin Ridley against ATL. We'll see how he goes against. Matthew Stafford may have a decent game as well. Saquon Barkley is back from injury. We'll see how he fares. We'll see how many touches he gets. But on my side, I think it favors me the matchups that I have with my players. I got Herbert against the Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. Herbert's going to have a game. Jefferson against Carolina. He's going to have a game. Devontae Adams against the Chargers. The wide receivers still eat against the Chargers, so he may have a game. Then what's really interesting here is Williams and Mixon. I think Mixon has a good game, and he is the reason they are elevated in the passing game in this game as well. So have Karen Williams against the Colts. He's going to get the rock a lot. I expect him to drop either projected or a little over projection. I did pick up Hunter Henry off waivers. He has been solid, better than my tight end that I picked to begin with. So he may have a good game against Dallas. Dallas really, I don't know, man. The defense lost a big piece in Diggs. So we'll see how that fares out for him. He may get all the shots, all the check downs. And then we got Mike Evans against New Orleans. I haven't really kept up with New Orleans, to be honest. I don't know how the defense is doing against wide receivers. But I think Mike Evans, regardless of who it is going to end up having a good game. And then interesting. So my defense is looking to face Arizona. I'm not going to belittle Arizona after what they did to Dallas, but this is the 49ers. It's a different ballpark, right? So we'll see how they fare against Arizona. That's really the what if this week for me. It's my tight end and my defense. But I am picking myself, of course. I think I go 4-0 going into week 5 where I face Swag.
Oh, solid. No, yeah, I agree with you, man. You should be 4-0, cruising so far. I feel like you played, stronger opponents already. So basically cruising at this point. But obviously, we don't want to discount anybody. Like we said earlier, anything can happen any week. The Mike Evans one, he does. They have that little beef or rivalry with Marshawn Lattimore. That should be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting game to watch. I will be keeping up with that because. So it should be Marshawn Lattimore, following Evans and
on Mike Evans, yeah. So that's what got me a little like maybe I bench Mike Evans. Maybe I'll start, Palmer, maybe because Palmer's is number 2 option now for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I have an option there, but I think I'm gonna make a last minute choice, and we'll see where it goes.
That would be interesting, yeah, because LV not that good of a defense. Should be a shootout. And then obviously the Chargers defense is ass, so could be a shootout. And then that would be solid. Palmer, obviously no Mike Williams, so no Eckler too. If we recall, Eckler's not also he's not playing, so could be a solid spot for you. I guess you'll decide then last minute game time decision, right? But yeah, nice. Yeah, you should be going 4-0, no doubt. Well, shoot, I think that's gonna conclude it, man. Well, mainly we got our matchup of the week. You have picked Brolo El Cuñado versus Alvin Cunmore. Bro, why are you making me say these names?
Terrible.
But, you said that's gonna be the matchup of the week, and I think I agree with you. Should be fireworks, to be honest. Any game Brolo El Cuñado plays in, he's what's it called, high scoring, big time, player also. That should be a fun one. I agree with you. Any thoughts on a toilet bowl that you want to pick? Toilet bowl matchup?
Toilet bowl. I'm going to have to go with my matchup. Because if it's going to be too lopsided, then I just, that's no fun, right? Like, it's going to be lopsided. Nobody's going to care about that matchup. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick myself and Arnold. Um, even though I'm undefeated, I think it's not fair for Arnold to have his team hurt and stuff and
Yeah.
performing to their capabilities. So I'm gonna choose myself, bro. Honestly.
No, I agree. I agree with you. Also, too, it's kind of since it's after TNS, so we saw his team, as Aaron Jones, his star player, only scored 2 points. So there's some stuff there, but after that game, obviously, we'll make. I agree with you. That's going to be the toilet bowl. It should be. You don't want to say I don't want to jinx you, but it should be a blowout. You should win before 4-0. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it. We try to keep the video short, but man, it's football. We love talking football, so especially fantasy football. So long ass video for y'all, but nonetheless, man, Shubay, we with you, bro. We love you. Hope you push through. I'm gonna try to hold it down the best I can. New format on this video, trying to figure it out, but shit, we'll make it work, man. And any final thoughts, Jeff, that you got?
Yeah, man, I second your thoughts. My thoughts and prayers are with Shebek's family. We love you guys. We pray that you get through this hard time in your life and for your family. We're going to hold it down as best as we can for the league. One thing I did want to say is we appreciate your hard work and dedication to making these leagues happen, your hard work and dedication to making the weekly videos and making sure that everybody is involved and everybody's having a good time. So we appreciate you, man. And, we're pulling for you. We love you, bro, and we hope to have you back real soon, man.
No, for sure, man. We miss you, and yeah, as y'all can see, man, it makes a difference. Ever since Shubay stepped down for a little bit, you can tell not as active in the league at least, but we're gonna try to liven it up. I'm gonna try to keep bringing these videos for y'all, man. And yeah, bro, we miss you, man, for sure.
Sure.
All right, man. Well, y'all take it easy. We'll see y'all next week.
See ya, bro. 3-0, baby. Let's get it.